I read this article a couple days ago about 20 genius things that Mark Cuban, who is the eccentric billionaire and owner of Dallas Mavericks, says you should do with your money. And in this video, I want to provide my own take on these 20 things to help you understand the importance of these money strategies. And we are starting right now. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are a new viewer, you are watching Modest Millennial, where we talk about all things money that they don't teach you in school. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Now, before you click away, consider at least giving a like to this video and subscribing to my channel below, and I will tell you why. My wife and I had this amazing idea to donate some money to a non-profit organization called water.org that provides access to clean water and sanitation. Roughly 800 million people across the world lack access to safe water at home, and water.org is working constantly to bring that number down and provide affordable access to safe water to millions of families. With each like and subscriber on this video, I will donate $1 to the organization to help with their cause and provide clean water to more and more homes. This video is the first one in a two-part series about the 20 genius things that you can do with your money, as I wanted to go a little bit in depth into each of these things, but also did not want you to fall asleep halfway through the video. So I decided to go over a few strategies this week and the rest of them later in the week. You must be wondering why you should pay attention to some of these strategies laid out by Mark Cuban, and who this guy really is. Well, let me clarify that real quick. Mark Cuban is a businessman, billionaire with a net worth of roughly $4.3 billion, so I'm sure he knows a thing or two about money. He is also a shark on the popular show Shark Tank and invests in smaller businesses to give them exposure and make money for his company at the same time. So I can assure you that most of these money strategies in this video are proven to work and provide with lasting results to help you get rich. The first point that Mark Cuban says to do with your money is to be a little bit of a risk taker. When it comes to taking risks, he suggests that rather than letting your money sit in cash and lose its value to inflation over time, you should consider taking risks and investing your money in assets that can consistently generate 8 to 10% in return for you each year over the long run. These can be assets such as real estate, bonds, index funds, or even cryptocurrencies. As long as you know from the track record of that investment that it is going to generate a decent return for your money, go ahead and park your money in that investment for the long run and go about your life after doing that. The second point that he says to do with your money is to invest only up to 10% in risky investments. For this one, let's just classify first what risky investments are. In my experience, cryptocurrencies, meme stocks such as AMC, GME, or any other investments that people on Wall Street bets are YOLOing their money on are considered risky investments. For such investments, I would consider maybe allocating as low as 1 to 2% of your portfolio. Investing in these securities is as good as gambling with your money, and there is a higher chance of getting struck by lightning than getting rich from such investments. The securities he's suggesting to invest 10% of his money in my opinion, would be individual stocks that are expected to perform well for the short term, but somehow end up losing money. Tesla. Make sure to have a diversified portfolio of investments in stocks, index funds, real estate, and you're almost guaranteed to beat inflation over time from your investments. The third suggestion from Mark Cuban is to put your money in the bank. This suggestion starts off shaky by saying that investing in stock market is too risky and that people who save money in CD, which means a certificate of deposit or kind of like fixed deposit for example, sleep well at night. But later clarifies that you should always save some money in the bank instead of investing 100% of your money in the stock market for in case the market ever drops and refuses to go back up again. For me, I always keep about 5 to 7% of my reserves in cash for a couple reasons. The 5 to 7% assures that if I were to lose my job or need money for emergency expenses such as hospital bills, I have money left over to pay for these things. The other reason would be to dollar cost average when the market dips and provides with a good buying opportunity so that I can put my money in and then just hold it forever. The fourth suggestion, and an important one, is to save at least 6 months worth of income. Guys, we just talked about this one above. That's it, I am sold. Mark Cuban and I pretty much think exactly the same. Wonder why I'm not a billionaire yet. But as a rule of thumb, always make sure to have at least 6 to 12 months worth of expenses saved up in a bank account rather than investing all your money in the market and potentially have a need to pull out some of that money when the market is running bear for a few months. I would also go a step further and save the 6 month worth of income in a high yield savings account instead of regular savings or checking account, so that even though your money is not invested in the stock market, you are earning at least 1 to 2% on your saved income. The fifth suggestion from Mark Cuban himself is to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I'm just messing with you here, but if you haven't already, please tap the like button if you have made it this far in the video. Getting back to the article, the fifth suggestion is to find a way to invest inexpensively in the market. I can go on about this forever. So basically, when you invest in the market through a brokerage, you get charged commission for buying and selling securities. When you invest in real estate, you get charged agent fees, mortgage fees, inspection fees, fees to see the house, and so on. Just fees, fees, fees everywhere. So it is important to make your investments efficient by researching funds that charge minimal amounts of fees. Normally, I just invest in low-cost index funds such as VFIAX and FXAIX that have an extremely low expense ratio. The fees that the fund managers charge for me to hold those funds each year is low, and this keeps my cost of buying and owning the index funds extremely low. The sixth suggestion is that if you don't fully understand the risks of an investment you are considering, it's okay to do nothing. Dogecoin. Alright, jokes aside, this can be a serious point for all you guys YOLOing your money on stupid meme investments out there. Make sure you know what you are investing your money in and that you understand the long-term prospect for your investments, at least for the next 5 to 10 years. If you are unsure about the long-term prospects, it's probably best either to just park your money in a high-yield savings account or an S&P 500 tracking index fund. You don't want to be the person to invest your life savings in Dogecoin at 70 cents a coin just because there is too much being talked about the coin in the media, and then lose more than half of the value of your investments when Elon Musk tweets something ridiculous about the currency. But if you absolutely can't resist the temptation of diving headfirst into the investment, pause this video right here, go back to suggestion number 2, and rewatch it, and if you don't completely understand what it means, please feel free to comment down below with your questions. The seventh suggestion is don't let fear be a roadblock. And I think this doesn't apply just to money, but to every new venture in life. Absolutely, by all means, do not fear investing your money, but do fear not investing your money as it is going to lose value over time due to inflation. Do fear investing in meme stocks as return from them is not guaranteed, but do not fear investing in a little tiny percentage of your portfolio in newer upcoming assets such as cryptocurrency, as long as you are willing to completely lose that small percentage of money in case something happens. Mark Cuban calls fear an enemy of success, and I completely agree with it. For example, I was afraid of starting this channel at first, as I did not know how to make good videos, did not know anything about better audio quality, feared what my friends and family would think of me as a YouTuber, but I pushed past that fear and did it anyway. Today, at roughly 3 months into it, I'm absolutely enjoying the journey and the process of making videos. The eighth suggestion is to be a smart shopper. As they say, never shop for groceries on a hungry stomach because you will end up buying much more crap than you need for the week. Shop at cheaper grocery stores such as Walmart instead of buying into the organic hype at Whole Foods. These are the small things that can really save you money in the long run. Even if you save $10 a week by doing these things, that money really adds up over time. Also, if you have an impulse to buy something expensive, like an iPad for example, sleep on the idea of buying it, and if in 24 hours you still feel like buying that something big, by all means do it. 9 out of 10 times that impulse will go away and you will much rather have saved that money instead of spending it due to impulse thinking. Suggestion number 9 is to rarely take third-party advice on investments. I'm not a financial advisor and this is not investment advice, but by all means, do your own due diligence on investments that a random YouTuber is talking about or a random stranger on Reddit is YOLOing their money on. You're responsible for your own investments and actions, so make sure you research things properly before investing money in them. Suggestion number 10 is to go to the cheapest school possible. I 100% agree with this idea, as I feel that good education only polishes you as a person. Just by going to an expensive school, it's not going to completely alter you from who you are, but the thing it will do is either strip your parents down of a lot of money or drown you into a ton of debt at a very early point in your life. So the smart thing to do is to either postpone your education and get a job first, save money to pay for your tuition and eventually go to school, if you still like, or go to the cheapest good school that you can find and stay out of student loan debt as much as possible. People in the US carry around roughly $35,000 in student loan debt on an average, and that's a significant amount of debt to carry around in your early years. Moreover, $35,000 invested in your early 20s can grow up to well over $500,000 by the time you turn 60. So choose your education wisely. That's all I have for this video, guys. Thanks so much for tuning into this video. As always, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel down below. If you are tired of just looking at this small frame in my videos, make sure to follow me on Instagram to see spicy insights of my personal life and how I save money pretty much on a daily basis. Alright, it's closing time and shut it down.